My name is Scott Rutterbush with Dine Drink Detroit. So Dine Drink Detroit was started 4 years ago as a food and drink event in the city of Detroit. We feature small businesses, restaurants in the city offering $15 drink and food menus for a 2-week period. Absolutely. So, Restaurant Week is great with a kind of white tablecloth, more upscale restaurants. Dine Drink Detroit goes after and partners with restaurants that are a little more casual, a little more everyday. Mudgee's, Slows, Tabavia, Mercury, Green Dot Stables. Some of your everyday go-to places in the city. Those are the type of restaurants that do really well with Dine Drink Detroit.
Okay, when did it all start?
4 years ago was our first event. We had 13 restaurants we partnered with, and this coming year we're up to 31.
Okay.
Absolutely. So the restaurants feature appetizers and menu items that you can choose from that will be included in the $15 menu, and they'll also include a drink as well. So for $15 you can go into any of the 31 participating restaurants and expect to get at least one food item and at least one drink with that $15.
Okay. All right. And then you have a launch party to kick this whole thing off. When's the launch party and what's happening for that?
Absolutely. So we decided that it'd be a lot of fun to bring everybody together for one great night to kick off the 2-week period. So we do a launch party. It's on Monday, October 3rd at the West Riverfront Park. That's 1801 West Jefferson, right behind the post office. And we'll have over 65 different vendors, restaurants, bars, food trucks that will all be participating in launching the 2-week period. So from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the 3rd, you can come down, enjoy all these different restaurants and bars. Will be serving drinks. Like I said, there'll be food trucks. We have a VIP tent with Ariel from Tabavia and Mercury will be offering up some food. Vertical Wine will be doing a wine tasting in there. And there'll be Thomas McGee's will be doing a whiskey bar inside the VIP tent. So it's a great chance to really experience all of these different places in one setting for one night. We also have yours truly. Kari will be on hand providing some jams, some music. We got DJ Godfather, DJ Chrome, Vin, Freddie, a whole host of different local DJs in the area will be on site performing, as well as a bunch of different activations and other food and beverage vendors will be on site to showcase what they're doing. There'll be a lot of food, definitely on hand. A lot of opportunities to taste different drinks. The ticket price to get in, $15 includes 2 drinks. You can purchase more on site, and then there's a VIP ticket is $50. That includes 2 drinks, the wine tasting, and food as well in the VIP tent area. And then in addition to that, we partner with Slow Roll. So Slow Roll will be on hand as well. They do their Slow Roll will start and end at the West Riverfront on Monday the 3rd, so they'll be participating in a part of it, as well as our partner site is the Riverfront Conservancy, and net proceeds from Dine Drink Detroit go to support the Riverfront. So my good friend of mine, Kate Williams, and I sat down and started talking about the restaurant scene probably about 4.5 years ago. And we were talking about the need to just organize and bring some of these small businesses in Detroit, these restaurants, together to support each other in a more organized fashion. We noticed it was already sort of happening informally, and there's a lot of great creative energy between restaurants that you don't see in a lot of other cities. The restaurant business can be very competitive, but we noticed in Detroit the restaurant owners were very supportive of each other, and when a new place opens, they welcome them with open arms and say, hey, what can I do to help? And so Dine Drink Detroit was started as a way to kind of give back and say, hey, let's organize, let's work together. And when we all work together and collaborate and market together, then all of us benefit. As we bring new people down to the city to experience Detroit, we're basically saying, here's a curated list of kind of go-to places in Detroit, and it makes it a lot easier and accessible for people coming down. They can say, hey, here's a list, here's a potential places that we want to go and check out. And it's really, we found over the last 4 years that the restaurants that participate really benefit, and they see an uptick, and new customers coming in. Definitely there's a variety of price points. Some are on the lower end, like Green Dot Stables. Then we have a few that are a little bit on the higher end, like Republic, let's say, is in this year. we find that places can connect on different levels with a $15 price point. So some places you might get a little bit more food than you will in others. Some might offer an appetizer, but we feel like at a $15 price point, it's a way to come and sort of dip your toe into to each of the places and test them out and say, hey, what do you guys have to offer? And so we find that the restaurants that do the best are the ones that are able to get creative and find a way to showcase what they do best to the customers. And then we also, one of the criteria is you have to have a liquor license, obviously, because it's Dine Drink Detroit. So we kind of made that as a criteria that we wanted to feature and focus on, like cocktails or beer or wine as part of the package.
With that, another classic Detroit is different question. What was your very first car?
My very first car was a 1984 Camaro Z28.
And then I guess I gotta ask this: what year did you have it?
I had it. Let's see. I purchased that in 1989.
Okay, so it wasn't that old. How
No.
many years did you have it? How many years did you take it for?
I had that car for probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And the funny story, I bought it at a pawn shop. Believe it or
I
not.
didn't even know cars
I
sold at pawn shops.
didn't either. There was a place called Auto Pawn out in Waterford, and I found it in the want ads. Back in '89, there was not Google, there was not internet, so I was looking through the want ads and I saw Auto Pawn Camaro Z28 for, I think it was $2,500. So I took my dad and we went and looked at it and bought it.
Okay.
So that was I've never ever purchased a car from a pawn shop ever again, but that was a unique experience.
Okay, if you could rename Woodward after one Detroiter, who would it be and why?
Woodward. Wow. Okay. That's a strong question. After one Detroiter. I don't know. I think right now I would probably say Joe Louis. I think with the arena going down and they're opening a new arena, I think Joe Louis is an iconic figure in the city, and we're going to sort of lose that kind of naming, if you will. So I think that would be an appropriate name for a road. Joe Louis, Highway or what was not Highway Avenue. Joe Louis Avenue would be, I think, pretty appropriate.
Okay, and now this is the brand new Detroit is different question. Who should I interview next?
Who should you interview
That
next?
adds the differences of Detroit.
That's another good question.
Somebody that you know.
Yeah. Have you interviewed Davita Davison before from Food Lab Detroit?
No.
I think she would be an excellent interview. I had her host a panel that I did last year on restaurants. It was called Detroit Food City, and she's a phenomenal individual and has had a lot of influence, I think.